Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, Sonic Love. So in today's video, I'm going to show you what my top 5 mini handhelds are. I'm a big fan of the mini handhelds, and I have been for a long time. But I'd just like to show you what I use regularly and whether it's something that you might want to pick up, or if you haven't got one already, you might be interested in down the line, especially if you have it on sale, especially some of these products now. They've been out for quite a while, so no doubt they'll be on sale at some point. And also there is a lot to discuss between these handhelds and the reasons why I've chosen them as my top 5 smaller handhelds. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. Coming in at number 5 is 2 mini handhelds. Now the reasons why I've not kept these separate is simply just because of, and the reasons why the number 5 is just simply because of the novelty factor more than anything. Like, I was more shocked and amazed just how well these little guys performed in such a small form factor, and I don't think they could be as a practical use, really. Maybe if you just stick it in your pocket and you just want to go out with somewhere and use it, but yeah, I just really was impressed just with what they could do. It started off as the Funkey S, this little thing here. It was a Indiegogo. I backed it. It's really cool. It is very reminiscent of a Game Boy Advance SP, which is one of my favorite systems of all time. So it was really nice. The shoulder buttons, my one broke over time. It's just a little bit loose, but apart from that, and also it didn't come with a cap on the left hand side, but nonetheless I was still really impressed with it. The performance of it as well was really good. Playing up to majority of all PlayStation games, the games run really well. Just let me turn the brightness down so you guys can see it. So very nice, simple interface. Just give you an example of what's on there: Game Boy, PlayStation, WonderSwan, PC, Neo Geo Pocket, Lynx, TurboGrafx, Genesis, Master System, Game Gear, Super Nintendo, Nintendo, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, Game Boy. This was just a remarkable feat just to have something so small and literally to fit on a keyring. So it was really nice. It was a novelty, Funkey S it's called. I will see if I can get links to all the handhelds that I show today if you wish to purchase one. But I just think this is fantastic, and everybody that's seen it was just so shocked for the, you know, what this can actually do for the size and the form factor. Battery life is not very good, but as I say, if you want to start off conversations in little parties and stuff, then yeah, this is the one to bring out and show. So Powkiddy also did the same. It is the same as the Funkey S, but obviously in a different orientation. This is the landscape version. Very good, exactly the same OS, so same chipset, it all works exactly the same, but just in a more comfortable form factor. When I first got this was great just to sit there on the couch and just have a little play. So again, I was just shocked and amazed at just how well this run really for the size. Again, battery life's not the best, but you don't really expect it because of the size of the unit itself. But the controls were good, everything was good. Yeah, I really enjoyed this one. Love to know what you think of the Funkey S and the Powkiddy variant. Number 4. So this is the GKD. Now there is 2 new systems that are coming available for this. The GKD Plus, which I think Mini Plus maybe I think it's called, and then there's another one that also has 2 analog sticks to go on it, and it also has one that clips on. So we'll have one which is a solid unit with 2 analog sticks, and another unit simply like this, but then it will have an attachment to go on the bottom. But when I first got this, I absolutely loved it. It does come in many different styles and variants. It has like a metal shell version, very comfortable in the hand. D-pad is fantastic. The screen looks absolutely gorgeous, great viewing angles, and it just looks really good. The performance itself was outstanding, right up to PlayStation. Nothing fails on here. Everything runs really, really well. Arcade is one of my favorites to play on this. There was loads of MAME and arcade games on the arcade chipsets that just didn't run very well, but this seemed to pack a punch and work, and I was just really, really impressed. The only thing that was very sad about this is there was no support for it. Hopefully with the newer versions there will be more support, and hopefully have a chance to have like different images on there, different OS support, because obviously it needs it. It was very difficult to anything that you wanted to do, really. Yes, it was great, but it comes shipped with loads of usual standard Chinese ROMs. The interface itself was a little bit lackluster, really, and it was difficult to swap in out the emulators, and also add your own ROMs, and box art was a little bit more finicky than what it is usually, so that was a shame. But as a unit itself and performance, this was fantastic. So this is why I've chosen it as number 4, because when I did get it, I played it an awful lot, and it is the biggest out of the bunch of handhelds today, but no doubt this would satisfy anybody who was a retro game lover. And this is why GKD is my number 4 spot. Love to know if you had one of these, guys. I know there was a shortage for a while, but yeah, I absolutely loved it. And yeah, I'm so glad the new ones are out, and hopefully can't wait to get them soon and test them out and do a review on them. Love to know what you think of the GKD, and do you think it fits the number 4 spot? Number 3. Now this was fantastic when I first got it. It was a hit and miss, really. It was something that came out of the blue, and when I ordered it I had no expectations of it. I thought it was just going to be another absolute hideous device from our good friends from Powkiddy, but was I shocked. This is an absolute fantastic little system. Stereo speakers, the form factor is absolutely fantastic with the Game Boy SP again. The controls are really, really nice. Sometimes it can be a little bit awkward pressing the L1 or L2, but apart from that, that was good. The fact that you could swap out and change the battery, it was just a Nokia style, so that was also a positive as well. The sound isn't like mega lows, but it was definitely sufficient, and you could tell the stereo speakers. Emulation was right the way up to PlayStation 1, and there was different OSs and images on there that made games even run a lot better. So that in itself, it got a lot of support, and it was very, very well loved in the retro gaming community. And I'm not surprised, because the screen and the price of this unit, nothing else could beat it at the time. It was absolutely incredible, and still something that I like to just pick up every now and again and play some retro games on. I normally play GBA games on here, but it's really, really nice. Love to know what you think of the Powkiddy clamshell. I absolutely love it. It's absolutely fantastic. It's really, really nice. It doesn't feel too cheap either. It's got nice clicking sounds when it closes. It was just an absolute bargain. I think I only paid something like $40, which was something like £36 or something. And for the emulation performance and build quality and just screen, it was just most definitely worth it. And another well-loved system. Is absolutely unbelievable, hence why this is number 3 in my choice of small handhelds. Very pocketable, yet really, really good. Love to know what you think of this one, guys. Number 2, the RG280V. This thing has been everywhere with me, and I can't even tell you how many hours that I've actually put into this unit itself. I ended up buying 3, I think, in total I bought. One that I use for the retro side of things, games and so forth, and one that in the very, very, very early start that you could actually have a N64 60 frames. Absolutely fantastic port of Mario 64 on here, which was just absolutely unbelievable. So at the time, this was just remarkable. I absolutely love it. The screen, the quality, the look, the style, it was very, very comfortable. Again, sometimes it can be a little bit awkward with the L1 and R1, but again, absolutely fantastic. D-pad, the controls were really, really, really nice. It was just an absolute pure joy and pleasurable, very, very pocketable. And again, I still think this is one of the most beloved handhelds, mini handhelds, should I say, that you can possibly get. It does rival my number one, and it was a very, very tough decision between number one and number two. But yeah, the RG280V is still one of my ultimate favorite little handhelds, but it was just pipped by number one, but I'm sure you can imagine what it is. But yeah, love to know what you think of the RG280V. Sound quality was nice, durability was nice, the controls were perfect, just feels really, really comfortable. And it was a great experience again playing retro games on this handheld, and still stood the test of time, and it's still one of the most played little mini handhelds that I use. I do like to get this out for nostalgia reasons and also play games on it because it's just a joy. It really is nice, and if you haven't got one, I definitely recommend you pick one up, guys, especially if you can get one in a sale as well. Number one, I don't think people are going to disagree with me on this one. If they do, then fair enough. Love to know what system that you like, mini-wise and form factor-wise, that you take with you on the go to use. But this is another one that just came out the blue, the Myoo Mini, especially the V2 version. This was in my ultimate top 5 handhelds. This thing goes absolutely everywhere with me. The emulation is fantastic. The controls are perfect. It just looks really, really nice. I love the thin bezels. Yeah, the triggers on the back just feel incredibly comfortable. It's just an absolute joy. Emulation is really stellar on it. There's nothing really I can say bad about this. I think that for the price as well, there's definitely nothing that can beat it for what this can deliver and what it offers. I think the rival, which is obviously the number 2 spot, so that's it really. The screen does look a little bit bigger on this unit itself, but equally you wouldn't be disappointed if you got either one of these. I think you would be absolutely blown away with the performance, the build quality, the quality of the screen, the controls, and also the emulation. So this is my top 5, and this is the one that I use the most, and this is based on how I play and what I play. But the Myoo Mini for me is the best mini handheld that you can buy, retro handheld that you can buy to date. I'd love to know your thoughts, guys. I will do some snippets of gameplay off each system near the end, so enjoy that. I'd love to know what your thoughts are and what you think the top 5 mini handhelds, and I'd also love to know what you actually use on a daily basis as your driver and take with you on the go. I'd really be interested in that. As always, take care. This is the standalone emulator, guys, not the actual port of Mario 64. The port runs at 60 frames and it's really nice. Just unfortunately this wasn't powerful enough to actually have the standalone emulator, but as you can see, it was so close, so close. But still, at the time, this was a miracle, really, to be honest. As you can see, I even tried playing GoldenEye, super slow, but it still worked. Crazy to have it on this unit. And here is the #1 spot, Myoo Mini. Fantastic performance, emulation's great, comfortable in the hand, well built. Yeah, really, really good. Let's go for the crash. Kaboom! Yeah, love to know what you think of this, guys. Myoo Mini is my favourite. Love to know what you think of my top 5 choices of mini handhelds. Love to know what your top 5 would be. Do you have any of these systems? What do you think is your favourite? These are just my personal favourite that I use on a regular basis. And yeah, I absolutely love it. Thank you very much for watching. A subscribe would be fantastic. A like would be awesome. A share would go a long way. And as always, guys, take care.